The objectives of this video are to describe and demonstrate how to use the 2-minute walk test in clinical practice and research, and demonstrate how to score the 2-minute walk test. The 2-minute walk test is a simple, inexpensive, and safe performance-based test that provides information regarding functional exercise capacity. These are recommendations from the American Thoracic Society, but we recommend that you also consult with a physician if a patient may be eligible for the test despite these. The absolute contraindication for the 2-minute walk test is an unstable angina during the previous month. The relative contraindications are a resting heart rate greater than 120 beats per minute, a systolic blood pressure greater than 180 millimeters mercury, and diastolic blood pressure greater than 100 millimeters mercury. To conduct the 2-minute walk test, you will need a chair, a trundle wheel, a stopwatch or a clock, a clipboard, and another person to assist if the participant requires for safety. You will also need pylons to mark the start and end positions of the course, as well as tape to mark the patient's ending position. The course should be 50 feet or 15.24 meters in length, ideally done in a 30-meter corridor. These standardized instructions are adapted from the American Thoracic Society guidelines for the 6-minute walk test. Please provide the following standardized instructions to the patient before the test.
The object of this test is to walk as far as possible for 2 minutes. You will walk back and forth in this hallway. 2 minutes is a long time to walk, so you will be exerting yourself. You will probably get out of breath or become exhausted. You are permitted to slow down, to stop, and to rest as necessary. You may lean against the wall while resting, but resume walking as soon as you are able. You'll be walking back and forth around the cones. You should pivot briskly around the cones and continue back the other way without hesitation. Now I'm going to show you. Please watch the way I turn without hesitation. Are you ready to do that? I'm going to keep track of the number of laps you complete. I will make a tick each time you turn around at the starting line. Remember, the objective is to walk as far as you can in 2 minutes, but don't run or jog. Start now or whenever you're ready.
These are some common questions during the 2-minute walk test. Can the patient wear oxygen during the test? The patient should wear oxygen during the test if they require it. Can the patient use gait aids during the test? The patient should use a gait aid if required for safety. Is a warm-up allowed before the test? A warm-up is not allowed before the test. How long should the patient rest before the test? Ideally, the patient should rest for 10 minutes before starting the 2-minute walk test. Please provide the following standardized instructions during the 2-minute walk test. Start the timer when the patient initiates movement. At 1 minute, provide standardized encouragement. You are doing well. You have 1 minute to go. At 2 minutes, say stop. Have the patient stop and stand in place where they are. Mark the spot where they stopped. If the patient stops walking during the test and needs a rest, say, you can lean against the wall if you would like, then continue walking whenever you feel able. Do not stop the timer. Take note of whether or not the patient uses a gait aid to help them walk and the level of assistance they require, 0, 1, or 2-person assist. Record the highest level of assistance required at any point during the test. If the patient needs 1 person to assist to start, then 2 people partway through, record the level of assistance as 2 people. There are 6 situations in which you should immediately stop the test: chest pain, intolerable dyspnea, leg cramps, staggering, diaphoresis, and a pale or ashen appearance. If you immediately stop the test, you should first have the patient sit or lie down depending on the severity of the event. Next, you should obtain blood pressure, heart rate, and oxygen saturation. finally, identify the need for additional medical intervention. The 2-minute walk test is scored as the total number of meters walked within 2 minutes. Count the number of laps completed. Measure the additional distance covered, the meters in the final partial lap, with the trundle wheel. Calculate the total distance walked with the following formula. There are 100 feet in one full lap. Multiply the number of full laps by 100 feet. The total distance walked is equal to the number of feet in full laps plus the final lap partial distance. Once you have the total distance walked in feet, convert to meters by dividing the total number of feet by 3.28. You are now ready to begin the 2-minute walk test.
Start now, or whenever you're ready. You're doing well. You have 1 minute to go. You can lean against the wall if you'd like. Just continue walking whenever you feel able. Stop.
In our example, the patient walked 2 full laps times 100 feet per lap, equaling 200 feet. The final lap partial distance was 100 feet minus 3.5 feet, equaling 96.5 feet. The total distance walked was 296.5 feet. To convert this to meters, 296.5 feet divided by 3.28 feet per meter equals 90.4 meters. These are reference values for a 2-minute walk test for patients in various age groups. These reference values can be used to determine the presence of limitations in walking endurance across the lifespan. To summarize, the 2-minute walk test is a simple, inexpensive, and safe performance-based test that provides information regarding functional exercise capacity. This video demonstrated the use and scoring of the 2-minute walk test so that clinicians may have a consistent way of implementing it in research and practice.